I'm at Vale Park, where I am just cataloging some of the trees and the autumn colors. But I'm also noticing some perversities in a lot of the nature around here, where some kind of a vine is invaded the trees around here, where they quite literally, wind all the way around the tree. This looks like a unicorn horn or a pole, but it's an actual tree with some kind of invasive vine species trying to choke off the other trees. Unfortunately, a lot of the straight up and down trees are good trees, and what's happening is these invasive species are pushing them out of the way, literally. And this is upstate New York climate. You could see where so much of this, it seems so beautiful and it's woods to us and everything. But if we're talking about nature conservation, have to consider what is good for the woods as far as certain plants and trees and what is not good. And I really don't know the difference, but if I were to learn, then I would apply it to wherever I live and make sure that no invasive species of plant is going to change the landscape too drastically and sort of keep up on it. I don't know what this is. Is somebody trying to make it look natural, like a natural weakening in this tree? So this big tree falls, and then they have some kind of a a little bridge to cross this canyon with. I mean, I don't know. Or am I just thinking like plants are so shady, like not just giving you shade sometimes. Sometimes they're up to no good. It's pretty weird. Could have been wire that was embedded in the tree and then removed. And then the tree starts to heal, but it has scars on it. So this is, you can hear them working on cleaning it up for the season. But here's a lot of it. I'm going to record as often as I can, and I'll post it up to YouTube. I really like walking in the woods. See, this is a nice, what the thing is, you can clear this out on a regular basis, but any landscaper that comes in here wearing a t-shirt and no gloves and maybe sneakers is not equipped for what needs to be done. You need, even if it's a hot day, a long sleeve shirt and a pair of proper gloves, and usually hiking boots, because something could bite your legs, or ticks can get onto your legs. Any landscaper trying to tackle weeds that are higher than your head, don't be a fool and just walk in with no shirt on in the hot weather and begin weed whacking even. You don't know what you're coming into. Some of these people I've seen on YouTube and TikTok with these clips, they do amazing landscaping, but only God himself has kept them alive, because who knows what's in those weeds in some of these subtropical and tropical places. You really need something over you, something to protect you. And I even said in one case, I would use a non-carcinogen weed killer, and then let them die down a little bit, a few hours or days maybe, and proceed to tackle it after that. I like atmosphere like this. I really do. But I also like to be able to get into my car and drive maybe 20 minutes to 40 minutes into a more urban area. This looks like a rock with an old post in it. It looks like concrete. There's some kind of some kind of a square. Now this is Vale Park, And all around the property, I think the property is pretty much, I would say 2 or 3 square miles is this kind of stuff. Trails. There's other things too. Now these are a certain kind of maple leaf, but I mean, you have to make sure the health of the plant is good. And why is it? Why does it have brown spots on the leaves? I got some, I like this pretty yellow color that comes up. Oh, and look, some kind of an insect on here. I wouldn't assume that this is a bee, but what is it? So I'm gonna zoom in, take a picture, and I'm gonna zoom out and walk away because it doesn't look like a regular bee. These are wild blueberries, I think, right? So we got to make sure you can't just dive into them and pour them over your Belgian waffles and everything. There's a new feature with your phones, but I don't have it because I'm poor. Well, you could see it when it's at its greenest, the leaves, and take a picture, and then your phone will search that picture and say what other things it might be. Instead of how I do it, where it's like, what does wild blueberries look like? But you see, this is not this. And yet that is beginning to choke off this wild blueberry tree. Oops, I have to pick that up.